Mabuhay and welcome back to Parafit.
You know the drill.
We're here to help Filipinos get stronger every day.
Wealthier every way.
I'm your host speaker.
And I'm expert speaker.
Excited for today's deep dive.
Into building a solid financial foundation.
You know from an AI perspective, of course.
But it's all about real-world health and wealth wisdom.
Exactly.
Think of us as your guides.
Every AI guide.
To level up your financial game.
We're tackling a topic today.
That's close to every Filipino's heart.
Emergency funds.
Yep.
We've got some great insights from FWD Life Philippines.
And Metrobank.
By the end of this.
You'll know exactly why emergency funds are so important.
And how to build one that works for you.
It's fascinating to see how Filipinos are prioritizing financial resilience these days.
It really is.
That recent TransUnion study showed over half are putting more into emergency funds.
That's amazing.
So you're definitely on the right track, listener.
Okay, let's start with the basics.
Sure.
What exactly is an emergency fund? Is it just another savings account with a fancy name?
Well, not quite. It's a dedicated stash of money,
Okay.
specifically for unexpected expenses.
I see.
Like those curveballs life throws your way.
Yeah.
Sudden job loss,
Oh, yeah.
medical emergencies, major home repairs.
Definitely.
Things you can't always plan for.
That makes sense. So it's like,
A financial airbag,
yeah,
ready to deploy when you hit a bump in the road.
I get it.
You get it.
But why is it so crucial to have one?
Yeah.
Especially for us Filipinos.
Think about it.
Yeah.
It's all about reducing stress during tough times.
Okay.
Imagine facing a medical emergency
Oh, God.
without a financial safety net.
That's scary.
That's a lot of added pressure.
Right.
On top of an already difficult situation.
Absolutely.
And we don't want that for you.
No, we don't.
We don't.
So it's about having that peace of mind.
Yes.
Knowing you can handle those unexpected costs
Exactly.
without going into debt.
Or relying on others.
Exactly. Having an emergency fund can help you avoid racking up credit card debt
Oh, yeah.
or needing to take out loans
Right.
when those unexpected events pop up.
Yeah.
And staying debt-free is a huge step toward long-term financial health.
Absolutely.
It is.
Okay, I'm convinced.
Good.
How much should we actually be aiming for?
Okay.
Is there a magic number?
While there's no one-size-fits-all answer,
I figured.
experts generally recommend having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up.
Okay.
This gives you a buffer to cover your essential needs
Yeah.
while you navigate those unexpected situations.
3 to 6 months.
Yes.
That sounds like a lot.
It might seem daunting,
Right.
but remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Good point.
Even setting aside a small amount each week or month
Okay.
will add up over time.
Yeah.
The key is consistency.
So even if it's just a few hundred pesos here and there,
Uh-huh.
it's better to start somewhere than not at all. Absolutely. And think about it this way. Every peso you save
Yeah.
is a peso you don't have to worry about later on.
Makes sense.
It's an investment in your peace of mind and financial security.
Speaking of investments,
Okay.
where should this money be kept?
Right.
A regular savings account. Under the mattress.
Definitely not under the mattress.
Of course not.
You want it to be easily accessible,
Right.
but not too tempting to dip into for everyday spending.
I see.
A high-yield savings account
Okay.
that's separate from your regular spending is a good option.
Right.
Think of it like a separate account just for your emergency fund.
That makes sense. Keeps it out of sight,
Yes.
out of mind,
How to find.
hopefully out of reach of those impulse purchases.
Exactly.
But what are some practical steps our listeners can take today
Okay, good question.
to start building their emergency fund?
First, take a good look at your finances.
All right.
Where is your money going each month? What are your essential expenses? Once you have a clear picture of your spending habits,
Right.
you can start identifying areas where you can cut back and save.
It's like those find the hidden objects games.
Ah,
But for your budget, you might be surprised at how those little expenses can add up.
exactly. And once you've identified areas to cut back,
Yeah.
set a realistic savings goal.
Okay.
Even if it's just a small amount to start.
Yeah.
The key is to make it manageable and sustainable.
What about automating savings?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I've heard that can be helpful.
It's a fantastic way to build that financial muscle without even thinking about it.
Really?
Setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund
Okay.
makes it super easy to stay consistent.
Yeah.
It's like paying yourself first before you even have a chance to spend the money.
So it's like building that financial discipline on autopilot.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of cutting down on unnecessary spending.
Okay.
Even small adjustments can make a significant difference over time.
Like swapping those daily milk teas For a homemade brew a few times a week.
Exactly. Or bringing your own band to work
Oh, yeah.
instead of eating out every day.
Good one.
Those seemingly small changes
Yeah.
can free up a lot of extra cash to put towards your emergency fund.
What about windfalls?
Okay.
Like those unexpected bonuses or tax refunds?
Yeah.
Should those go straight to the emergency fund?
Those are great opportunities to give your emergency fund a boost.
Okay.
It can be tempting to splurge,
Right.
but think of it as a reward for staying committed to your financial goals.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a much better feeling
Absolutely.
to know you're financially prepared for whatever comes your way.
So it's like a double reward.
Yeah.
You get the bonus and the peace of mind of a growing emergency fund.
Exactly.
But when is it actually okay to use this money? What qualifies as a real emergency?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's important to be clear on what constitutes a true emergency. It's not for that new phone you've been eyeing
Oh.
or a spontaneous weekend trip.
I see.
It's for those unexpected situations that
That's-
require immediate financial attention.
Okay, so give us some examples.
Sure.
What are some situations where it's actually okay to tap into those hard-earned savings?
Think of things like a sudden job loss,
Oh.
unexpected medical expenses,
Oh, yeah.
a major car repair, or even a family emergency that requires you to travel back home.
Okay.
These are situations that can significantly impact your finances and need immediate attention.
Those are definitely situations no one wants to think about.
Right.
But it's so important to be prepared.
Yes, it is.
So while a new gadget or a fancy vacation might be tempting,
Yeah.
those aren't considered true emergencies.
Right.
Frankly.
While those things are enjoyable,
Yeah.
they shouldn't be funded by your emergency savings.
But what?
This money is your safety net,
Yeah.
your financial backup when life throws those unexpected curveballs.
So it's all about having that discipline
Yes.
to keep your spending in check and only using the emergency fund for its intended purpose.
Exactly.
But what if someone doesn't have a lot of extra cash flow each month?
Okay.
Are there still ways to build an emergency fund
Yeah.
without feeling completely deprived?
Absolutely. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection.
Good point.
Even small, consistent contributions can make a difference over time.
Yeah.
It's all about finding creative ways to save and prioritizing your financial well-being, even if it's just a few pesos at a time.
I love that positive outlook.
You got it.
It's about taking control of your finances no matter your income level.
Exactly. And remember, building an emergency fund is a journey, not a race.
Right.
Every step you take, no matter how small,
Yeah.
is a step towards a more secure and resilient financial future.
That's such an empowering thought.
It is.
It's about taking those small steps consistently
Yes.
and celebrating those wins along the way.
And speaking of celebrating wins,
Okay.
I think we've covered a lot of ground
Yeah.
in this first part of our deep dive.
I think so too.
We've tackled what an emergency fund is,
Uh-huh.
why it's so important,
Right.
and how to start building one,
Yeah,
even if you're starting from scratch.
absolutely.
But don't go anywhere just yet, listeners.
Oh, don't go anywhere.
In the next part of our deep dive,
Yep.
we'll be diving deeper into practical strategies
Okay.
for building that emergency fund,
Right.
no matter your income level.
Sounds good. I'm excited for that.
Welcome back to our deep dive.
Into emergency fund.
Ready to unpack some practical strategies?
Absolutely. I'm all ears.
Okay, great.
Our listeners are probably eager
Yeah.
to learn some actionable tips they can start implementing right away.
Well, one of the most fundamental concepts when
Okay.
it comes to saving,
Yeah.
especially for Filipinos,
Right.
is the idea of living below your means.
Okay.
It might sound a bit intimidating, but it's really about making conscious choices with your money and prioritizing your long-term financial well-being.
Living below your means.
Yes.
It's a phrase we hear a lot, but
Right.
what does it actually mean
Yeah.
in the context of Filipino culture and our unique financial realities?
It's about recognizing the difference between our needs and wants and making sure our spending aligns with our values and financial goals.
I see.
For example,
Yeah.
instead of buying everything tingy-tingy,
Yeah.
consider buying in bulk
Right.
to save money in the long run.
That's a great point. It's a classic Filipino habit,
It is.
but it can definitely add up over time.
Yes, it can.
Any other tips for our tingy lovers out there?
Absolutely. Instead of always opting for those sachet sizes,
Yeah.
try switching to bigger packs whenever possible.
Okay.
You'll be surprised at how much you can save.
That's true.
And when it comes to food,
Yeah.
Consider cooking more meals at home
Right.
instead of eating out every day.
Makes sense.
It's healthier and much more budget-friendly.
I love that.
You do.
It brings back memories of those delicious home-cooked meals my Lola used to make.
Oh, wow.
Not only was it budget-friendly,
Right.
but also brought the family together.
Exactly. And speaking of bringing people together,
Yeah.
instead of those expensive restaurant outings, consider hosting potlucks with friends and family.
That's a good one.
It's a fun and affordable way to socialize and enjoy each other's company.
Those are some fantastic tips.
How'd you like them?
I'm already feeling inspired to try some of these out myself.
Good.
But what about those times when you need a little extra cash flow
Okay.
to boost your savings? Are there ways to increase your income
Yeah,
without taking on a whole other job?
absolutely. The gig economy has opened up so many possibilities for
Right.
Filipinos to earn extra income on their own terms.
Yeah.
You could explore freelance opportunities in your field,
Okay.
offer services like tutoring or online teaching,
Mm-hmm.
or even tap into your creative side and sell handmade crafts or baked goods online.
I've seen so many talented Filipinos
Yes,
showcasing their skills and entrepreneurial spirit online. It's really inspiring.
it is. And remember, even a small side hustle can make a significant difference
Yeah.
in reaching your financial goals faster.
Speaking of reaching financial goals faster,
Yeah.
what about unexpected windfalls?
Okay.
How can we best utilize those
Mm-hmm.
to supercharge our emergency fund savings?
Windfalls,
Yeah.
like tax refunds,
Mhm.
work bonuses,
Right.
or even cash gifts from family
Yeah.
can be a huge boost to your emergency fund.
Right.
Instead of splurging on impulse purchases,
Right.
consider allocating a portion
Yeah.
or even the entirety of those windfalls directly to your savings.
That's like giving your emergency fund a little aguinaldo,
Yes,
a welcome treat to help it grow faster.
exactly.
But what about those unexpected expenses
Okay.
that might pop up before you've fully funded your emergency savings? How can you handle those situations
Right.
without completely derailing your progress?
That's a great question.
It is.
And it's something many Filipinos struggle with.
Yeah.
One strategy
Huh?
is to establish a mini emergency fund,
Oh, yeah.
a smaller, more accessible portion of your savings
Right.
that you can use for smaller, unexpected expenses.
So it's like a first line of defense for those minor financial hiccups.
Exactly. Think of things like a sudden phone repair
Oh, yeah.
or replacing a broken appliance.
Uh-huh.
Having this mini fund allows you to cover those costs
I see.
without dipping into your main emergency fund.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
It's like having a safety net within a safety net.
It is.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
Saving money isn't always easy.
Right.
Sometimes it can feel daunting or overwhelming,
Yeah.
especially when you're facing financial challenges
Mm-hmm.
or struggling to make ends meet.
I understand.
Any advice for staying motivated and overcoming those mental hurdles?
It's important to acknowledge
Yeah.
that saving money can be an emotional journey.
Yep.
It's not just about numbers, it's
Okay.
about mindset and resilience.
Oh, I see.
One effective strategy
Yeah.
is to visualize your goals.
Great.
Imagine yourself feeling financially secure
Mhm.
and able to handle whatever life throws your way.
It's like picturing yourself confidently facing those financial storms,
Yes.
knowing you have that safety net to protect you.
Exactly. And remember to celebrate those milestones along the way,
Right.
no matter how small they may seem.
Yeah.
Each time you reach a savings goal,
Uh-huh.
acknowledge your achievement
Okay.
and reward yourself in a way that aligns with your values and budget.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's about acknowledging those small wins
Yes.
and recognizing the progress you're making.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, that's good.
Talk to your friends, family,
Right.
or even join online communities where you can share your experiences,
Okay.
challenges, and successes.
That's true.
Having that support system can make a huge difference
Yeah.
in staying motivated and accountable.
That's a great reminder that we're all in this together.
We are.
We can learn from each other's experiences and support each other along the way.
Absolutely. And speaking of support,
Okay.
there are some fantastic tools and resources available
Yeah.
that can make building an emergency fund even easier and more manageable.
Oh, well, that's great.
Ready to explore those?
Definitely. Let's dive into those resources
Everywhere.
and empower our listeners with even more practical tools and strategies. Welcome back, listeners. We've talked about why emergency funds are so important.
And even brainstorm some Filipino savvy ways to build one.
Right.
Now let's talk about the tools that can make this whole process easier.
Like what?
Well, technology has really revolutionized personal finance.
For sure.
There are so many budgeting apps out there
Yeah, I've seen those.
that can help you track your spending, set savings goals,
Right.
and even automate those transfers to your emergency fund.
It's like having a personal finance assistant right in your pocket.
Exactly.
What are some apps you recommend,
Okay.
especially for our Filipino listeners?
Some popular ones include Money Manager
Okay.
and YNAB,
YNAB.
which stands for You Need a Budget.
Oh.
But there are also some great local apps
Oh, cool.
specifically designed for Filipinos,
Like what?
like Lista and PiggyVest.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
These apps often incorporate features
Yeah.
that resonate with our culture,
I see.
like tracking tingy expenses
Yeah.
or setting up group savings challenges with friends.
That's so cool.
It is.
It's all about finding tools that fit our lifestyle and financial habits.
Absolutely.
What about online banking?
Okay.
Can that be helpful for managing emergency funds?
Absolutely. Many banks now offer online tools and resources
I see.
to help you manage your accounts,
Okay.
set up alerts.
And even analyze your spending patterns.
Wow.
You can often find free financial calculators on their websites,
Oh, that's great.
which can help you determine your ideal emergency fund amount
Right.
and track your progress.
So even if you're not tech savvy, there are still plenty of accessible options to help you stay organized and on track
Yes, there are.
with your savings goals.
Exactly.
What about those of us who prefer a more hands-on approach?
Sure.
Are spreadsheets still a good option?
Spreadsheets are definitely a classic for a reason.
Okay.
They're customizable, flexible,
Right.
and readily available.
Yeah.
Creating a simple budget spreadsheet can give you a clear visual of your income, expenses,
Right.
and savings goals.
I see.
It's a great way to see where your money is going
Yeah.
and identify areas where you can make adjustments.
It's like having a personalized financial dashboard right at your fingertips.
Exactly.
But what about those who might need a little extra guidance?
When does it make sense to seek professional advice from a financial advisor?
A financial advisor can be incredibly helpful,
Yeah.
especially if you're feeling overwhelmed
Right.
or have complex financial situations.
Right.
They can provide personalized advice, help you develop a comprehensive financial plan,
I see.
and guide you on strategies for building your emergency fund,
Right.
investing, and
Right.
planning for the future.
So it's like having a financial coach in your corner,
Yes.
cheering you on
Cheering you on.
and helping you navigate those financial hurdles.
That's a great way to put it.
But how do you find a good financial advisor,
Okay.
especially one who understands the unique needs of Filipinos?
That's a great question. It's crucial to find a reputable financial advisor
Okay.
who understands your goals, values, and
Okay.
cultural context.
Absolutely.
Ask for recommendations from friends or family,
Okay.
do your research online,
Yeah.
and most importantly, have a conversation with potential advisors to see if you feel comfortable with their approach and if they truly understand your needs.
It's like finding a trusted kumare or kumpare for your finances,
I like that.
someone you can rely on for sound advice and guidance.
Exactly.
But for those who might not be ready to seek professional help just yet,
Okay.
are there any free resources available
Yes.
that can help them learn more about managing their finances?
Absolutely. There's a wealth of free resources
Wow.
available online and in your community.
Like what?
Websites like Investopedia and The Balance offer a ton of information
Okay.
on personal finance,
Yeah.
including articles, tutorials,
Uh-huh.
and even courses.
That's awesome.
And don't forget about your local library.
Oh, right.
They often have books,
Yeah.
workshops,
I
and
had-
even financial literacy programs
Oh.
that can provide valuable insights and guidance.
It's amazing how accessible financial education has become.
It really is.
There's really no excuse not to empower yourself with knowledge and take control of your financial well-being.
Exactly. And remember,
Yeah.
financial fitness is a journey, not a destination.
Okay.
It's about making progress, not perfection.
I like that.
Celebrate those small wins.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes and never be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
This has been such an insightful deep dive into emergency funds.
It has.
Remember, building this financial safety net is one of the best investments you can make in your future.
Absolutely.
It's about protecting yourself, your family,
Their family.
and your dreams from those unexpected financial storms.
You've got this, listeners.
You got this.
Financial resilience is within everyone's reach.
It is.
Just remember to start small,
Start small.
Stay consistent.
Stay consistent.
And leverage those tools and resources available to you.
And if you're looking for a supportive community to share your financial journey with,
Yes.
be sure to connect with us on social media.
We'd love to hear from you.
We're always here to cheer you on and offer encouragement.
Salamat for joining us on Parafit.
Salamat.
Stay strong, stay wealthy, and ingat palagi.
Hanggang sa muli.